reindeer had a very shiny nose, like a light bulb. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeers loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Woo! We forgot our hats tonight.
That's okay.
We are hatless. Today Rudolph.
Tonight was a fancy night. We wanted to show off our new, our clothes that fit again. The tiny clothes that you always want to get back into and you haven't really worn in months. And you're like, do they fit again?
And they fit.
They fit.
Which is always a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Just a lot of people joining us right now in Zoom. Thank you, everyone. Welcome again. If you want to chat with us in Zoom, please raise your hand.
Because they're here to celebrate you, honey. That's why they're all here. They're all here going, yay, Nick made Lifetime, everybody.
That happened yesterday. 9-year journey. I've been sharing it on. I shared it in the group. I shared a post today of our first picture we took at the beginning of our journey.
At the beginning of our journey in 2011.
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, it'll be shared on social media in the future, but right now our group gets to see it, and it's surreal to have made it.
It's surreal to see those pictures.
Like we even showed my mom and his mom today, and they were both shocked. And, they knew us at that weight. They knew us when we looked that way. But even to them now, seeing those old pictures is still a huge shock.
It's funny because a lot of the comments were, wow, you weren't happy. Yeah. And we were happy, but this wasn't, our face wasn't showing it.
My sister has her hand up.
Wow, your sister, well, of course she's going to want to say something.
Okay, I'm actually going to unmute my sister right now.
So, what's really interesting is to see that this transformation has transformed us. As much as it's transformed our outside, it's transformed this part of us. It's our head that is transformed, and we've allowed it to transform that because that's a huge part of this journey, is transforming the way you think about yourself, transforming the love you have for yourself, and making sure you have that love for yourself.
Well, and that's the thing, right? I never thought I could do this. I'll be honest. I think a lot of us who try this for so many years, and even though you get close and then it doesn't work out and then you keep trying and it doesn't happen, sometimes you do start getting, I'll be honest, for the last 2 years, when Jean-Luc made Lifetime the first time, it was very hard on me. It was very hard. Okay, my sister has her hand up. Go ahead.
Wait 1 second. We have to, 1 second, and then project.
I did already.
Oh, okay. Don't know why maybe one of our things.
No, there's no blue. Try again. No, it's not working.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, the iPad had connected.
You hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear you now. Yes, we can.
So I just want to say to the both of you, I don't usually Zoom. I'm making an exception tonight because it's a big day for you, Nick, I know. And as your sister and your sister-in-law, I am so proud of everything you guys have done for yourselves, but for everybody. You guys, I never hesitate to say when people are like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. Hey, check out my brother and his husband. This is what they do. I don't do what you guys do. For me, that's not my mental state. I am happy how I am. But seeing you guys now and seeing how happy you are, I'm so proud of you.
We love you.
Both. So.
He's even got Keiko's to cry. We love you, Cynthia.
Cat you.
Cat you. Thank you so much. And
it means the world to him, Cynthia. I hope you realize how much.
Well, he means the world to me.
Yeah, I know.
And we've been through a lot together. But I know no matter what, even with his WW community, and I know I can still call him, and I know I mostly call you JL because he doesn't pick up his phone. But when I call him though, when I call him, he knows I need him, and he picks up. And I just want to say how proud I am how I'm happy that you, Jean-Luc, are part of our family. You guys mean the world to me and my kids. And even when you struggle, you still see the light. And we all have our struggles, we all have our heartaches, we all have whatever, but tuning in on a Sunday night to hear you guys talk, I don't talk too much on the phone because I just tune in. It's refreshing, and it's just, I can't even express like how much, it's amazing. Keep going, don't give up, and you guys got this. You will be, you know, keep going, never ever stop, because you guys make a huge difference for a whole bunch of peeps, and to your little sister, even though I don't say it that often.
I love you, sister. Thank you so much.
Love you guys. I'm not gonna stay on Zoom.
Yeah,
That's okay. You're like,
okay.
she's like, I'm zoomed out. I'm zoomed out.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Merci, Cynthia.
Merci. Wow.
Whew.
Okay, so.
Never thought we were gonna start the show by crying.
No.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Tears of joy. You know what? People find, you know, I'll be honest, guys, crying helps sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, crying is nothing. It's not weakness. It's nothing. It's just an emotion. And it's funny, where we were today, we were talking about emotions at a workshop, and it really hit me that we're allowed to feel.
Yeah.
We're allowed to feel. And I think sometimes we're afraid that if we feel something, if it's hurt, if it's anger, if it's this, if it's that it's a sign of weakness, but it's not. It's a sign of humanity. And we're all human, and we're all going to have our moments, and that was a beautiful moment, and I can't thank you enough, Cynthia, for
And I do, and like I said in the post in the group today, I have to thank Jean-Luc because, like I said, you guys know our story. We've been sharing it a long time where we struggled for years, and most of the time what would happen is we would start together, and Jean-Luc would do really well, and I would not. I would be struggling a lot, and I would quit, and because I would quit, he would follow. But the thing is that we never really talked about what I needed in order to be successful. And so this last time we actually sat down and chatted, and I told him what.
And you guys think we communicate really well, don't you? Well, we didn't back then.
Yeah.
We did, but
I had to tell him what I needed to be successful, and he listened, and he said, "Okay, I'll do it for you."
And it was funny. We were in a workshop again today, and someone spoke up and said something. They were partners. They were both on WW in a relationship,
but they weren't supporting each other.
But they were not. They never communicated what one the other needed for each other, what they needed from each other. And we suggest, have that sit down. If you're really wanting someone to be on your side, have the sit down. Don't make it an argument. Don't say, I'm trying, like, let's just explain. Sometimes we just need to talk and explain things.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might take more than once.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Never give up on anybody, because we are all worth it. We are all worth it.
So now, well, let's make this a little more funny now. Let's add some funniness.
Oh yeah, yes, let's add some funniness.
We promised a story last night during the virtual party, which, by the way, we had so much fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming last night. So let's share the story, honey. So this is a story about Jean-Luc starting out at the gym. About 11 or 12 years ago, I brought Jean-Luc to the gym for maybe on this fourth trip.
Time, and then Nick was really trying to do all sorts of different things. So he got me on an elliptical.
I had Pilates and stuff,
and he was doing Pilates, and so he's like, "Let's do Pilates," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do Pilates." So we pull out the mat, and there's a bunch of people around. There's people around us.
Yeah.
We weren't alone, and he's making me, and I'm a bigger guy, and let's just say I'm rolling in certain ways on the ground, and I just let one go. Like,
but it wasn't a silent one.
It was silent. It was very loud.
It was a violently loud one where everyone heard.
Mortified.
And I was on the floor laughing, of course. I didn't help him in any way. I was just like completely gone.
I'm like, I'm leaving this gym. I'm never coming back. They're never gonna see my face again.
He was back again.
I was, but I was like, thank God it did not smell. That's all I could think of. I was like, thank God it didn't. And okay, we all fart, people. We're all human. We're all human. But in my mind, I'm like, holy. Yeah,
Hey, we've all had that moment in a gym class where you're going like this, and you're like, I hope we don't smell. Like, you're like, yay! You're doing your body, you're doing a body steps. Like, I hope it's going behind me.
You see, people in the body are down. Thank goodness it's virtual.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, a body's virtual. We're safe.
Yeah.
But guess what? Walking gets the body moving, and that's nothing bad, nothing wrong with it. But it was that moment I'll never forget, because he was so trying to convince me to start becoming a gym rat, a regular.
I was trying to show him different things at the gym so he can find something he would love.
And back then, I was so not convinced because I thought Jim was a cute guy that we were meeting. I was always like, he's not a cute guy. No, it's a big room with machines in it. It's
so,
being funny.
Celebrations, everyone. It's not just about me reaching a lifetime. It's also about you guys.
Yes, let's
Share
hear your celebrations. What's
happened this week? Non-scale, scale, anything. You learned a new lesson. You've something new that's come up that you just realized for the first time. Anything at all, even if it's just nice to do with your journey.
Wanda said you were very supportive of just rolling around on the floor laughing at me.
Yeah,
I know, eh?
I was.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks.
when something is funny, I laugh. That's how I take it. I laugh. My sister once fell on her butt too once outside when we were growing up, and I laughed and didn't help her up either.
I don't know if your mom would like her story told.
No, I'm not telling my mom's story. My mom will never allow me to tell
Never
that
forgive
story.
that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's hilarious. So more celebrations, everybody.
Yeah, so 1 week till lifetime for Marion.
That's amazing.
1.2 for Anne.
Perfect.
Said no 2 times for chocolate for Rosie. 3 pounds for Devin. 1 for Kim.
Where's that NSV? Yeah, please share those NSVs as well.
Yeah, down 1.4 for Ellen. 2.8 for Scott. 2 for Mary. Mary is amazing. And nothing on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is coming up. Billy Joe's after 5 months finally hit a total of 10.4. That's awesome, Billy Joe. Keep going.
2.5 pounds
Keep going.
this week for Sarah. NSV actually joined our first Zoom dance party with you guys, me and Mom.
Oh yeah, we saw you both.
Totally
That was so much
That
fun.
was so fun. Melanie and her mom joined. Melanie's mom's been a member since 1984, if I'm not mistaken. 82, and she's been lifetime. And lifetime since 82, and Melanie's lifetime for the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Remember
you guys.
the dance room.
Yeah. So it's awesome seeing all your celebrations, guys. Like you said, this is not just about our celebrations, it's about your journeys as well. So I hope you guys keep celebrating those non-scale victories. Anything that happens throughout the week, just celebrate it. That's the way you get this journey going. That's the way you get things to feel good and celebrate and just enjoy it, because those small goals.
Well, it's that's what adds the fun to this journey.
Yeah.
When you're celebrating something, there's no time to be down on something else.
Yeah.
You're enjoying what you're doing and you're feeling good about it, and that's what we want to do ongoingly. We always want to feel good about what we're doing because it helps us through the tough times. It really does.
So with me arriving a lifetime this week, this is the first time Jean-Luc and I are at the same spot in our journey. Well, we were both losing at first for many years, and he got the lifetime in 2018, and then for the last 2 years he was lifetime, gained some, but he was always lifetime, and now we're both together at the same spot, finally. And it's kind of fun because now we get to kind of traverse this new maintenance journey at the same time together. So it's going to be very fun and very interesting to see what happens going forward.
And I don't think Nick really set it spot on in the workshops that we've been attending all week. He said something which really makes sense.
Susan made me think of it.
Yeah,
Susan from Winnipeg.
From Winnipeg. It was, he sat there and he said, when I hit goal the first time, which was last year, when he hit goal the first time and when his goal was 164 pounds, we went berserk with working out. And back then it was workout. We were not getting activity in. We were calling it workouts because we were at the gym for extremely lengthy periods of time.
Remember we tell you guys to balance your journey, your cravings, your indulgences. It's all about balance, but it also applies to your gym.
Yeah.
What was happening is when I got to goal in 2019, we were going to the gym 2 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We were so in the mindset we need to get Nick to goal. We need to get Nick to goal. That's what our mindset was.
And then when I hit goal, the following 2 weeks, I gained 5 pounds each week. I checked back the other day on my tracker to find out what happened those following weeks. I gained 5 pounds both weeks that followed after I got the goal last time. You know why? What I was doing before I got the goal wasn't sustainable. It wasn't something I wanted to do forever. Remember, we tell you guys always the forever method. Always asking yourself, can I do this forever? If right now you're working out to yourself to the bone where you can't think you can do this forever, that's not a way to do this.
And we're realizing this ourselves right now. Is like, okay, you know what? We need to make sure that we can sustain some activity forever.
Yeah.
We don't want to overdo it so that way when we are hurt, we're feeling like it's going to infiltrate on our journey, because it shouldn't. We should be able to say, guess what? If I don't work out for a week, I'll be okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and so and that's what I made. And another thing I also realized this week that was another thing that Susan made me think of is
the fear of missing out, the joy of missing out that we were talking about this week, about the fact that, you know, sometimes there's things that if you say no to them, it feels good to say no. And I'll say this, when we first started our journey years ago and we would say no to things, it was that mentality of, oh crap, I can't believe I missed out on that. Because back in the day, our mentality was, I'll never have it again. So if you start your journey, you're telling yourself, I'll never have pasta again, I'll never have chips again, I'll never have chocolate again, or certain things you're telling yourself, I'll never have them again. What happens is when you tell yourself, I'll never have it, you want it even more. Think about speeding limits, right? If you're driving on the highway and it says 50 miles an hour or 90 kilometers an hour, you always want to go 100 or 60 miles an hour, right? You always want to surpass that limit. That's how we are as humans. So if you tell yourself, I'm never having this again, that food will stay on your mind forever. And that's how we used to be. Back in the day, if I was on WW, I was not allowed to have chips. That was the mentality. On W means no chips. So when I would be off plan, I would gorge myself with chips because I'm never having it again. When I'm on WW, I'm not allowed to have chips. So I better have the entire 6 bags I have in front of me right now because I'm not going to be able to have it again. But now, because I've changed my mindset where I'm allowed to have chips whenever I want, just not all the time, when I see a bag of chips come up to me and I know in a few days I'm going to another event, I might look at the first one and say, you know what, I don't need this one today. I'm having some in 2 days. Back in the day, I would have been, oh, I should have it now because I'm never having it again, so I would eat it, and then the next time I'd eat it again. This time, I actually say no to the first time, and the second time, if I do end up having it, I don't gorge myself again. I don't binge like crazy. I take it slow because I know I'm still gonna have it again. That's the difference, and that's change of mentality, and that's what the joy of missing out is now for me, because I know it's coming again. And something else to me,
really, there's no such thing as missing out if you plan for it.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I understand that if when you're planning for something, and planning doesn't mean I have to plan to have it every single weekend.
No.
Right? And because when you do have something over and over again, when does that become the difference between an indulgence or getting into the point where Arlene brought in earlier is I'm indulging, but how often does an indulgence then become a binge, right? And making sure you're understanding the difference between those two things as well.
I love Debbie pointed out in chat that she remembers I was in Barrie when I hit goal.
Yep.
I was in Barrie when I hit goal in 2019, and I didn't stick to it. Like I said, I gained 10 pounds within the 2 following weeks and never made it back until this year.
We remember in Barrie that day, he sat down, we went to the gym at 6 a.m. that morning and we're on a machine for about
2.5 hours.
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
2.5.
2.5?
Yeah,
I don't remember being that long, but wow.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
That's crazy.
So I would weigh under 164 for
So
the
it's
weigh-in.
that whole moment of realizing what you're doing could sometimes not be sustainable. And this is something that we've really realized so much is that everything we want to do, we don't want to do it for a temporary amount of time.
Yeah.
We want to be able to do it for as long as we possibly can.
So the lesson I learned is this time, coming when I've been, you guys have seen for the last few weeks, few months, I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was working out some weeks, I struggled some weeks, I was doing the maintenance thing slowly, but my weight was slowly creeping down. And what I did is in the last 4 weeks, and 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I started concentrating more on being more on track. I started going back to being more, pointing everything out, and then things started going right again. I made it to lifetime, and this time, or made it to goal, and this time, my life didn't change from then and after.
And you know what's really funny that I just realized as well, Helen, that we never really said? You remember when we lowered our calorie burn as well? And we've actually, when we were on our huge portion of our weight loss journey, I was trying to burn another additional 300 calories than what I am burning now.
Yeah.
When I hit lifetime, I lowered my calorie burn at the gym by 300 or 400. And so now we actually did it without even having to burn as many calories because we did it again.
Slow down.
Yes, making sure that it was something that we were able to achieve and we felt was achievable.
Again, sustainability doesn't just apply to food, it applies to activity as well. If you are overworking out yourself, and this is not something you can do forever, maybe take it back a little bit, make it more sustainable, something you want to do forever, push yourself too far. So that's the only thing we want to make sure. And again, it's always like related to like kind of what we've gone through in our
Definitely.
journey. So
and it's going to be different for everybody because it's all relative, right? Everyone's journey is a little bit different. Find the structure that works for you. All we're here to do is help you guys by giving you ideas as to what you can maybe manipulate, or as I like to now say, remodel in your own journey.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Make it nice, shiny, and new is always fun.
And another way to look at it too that also Susan made me think of this week, we went to 3 workshops with Susan. She really made us think a lot of things this week.
In Winnipeg.
And Winnipeg,
awesome
yeah.
workshops.
And she made me realize about my favorite food, poutine.
Oh.
So I had a revelation because I thought of it this way. Back in the day, I would have poutine whenever I could. I love it. It's my favorite food. Ask my sister. She's still in chat on any of the social media right now. She will tell you. Or my mom. Anytime growing up, if I went to a restaurant and I ate something, it was what I had. And usually I had extra cheese.
On his birthday.
Yeah.
The first year we were dating and we went out for his birthday, I said, what kind of cake do you want? He goes, I don't want a cake. So we went out on his May 27th, May 28th with his birthday. At midnight, I had the waitress come up to him with a poutine with candles in it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want a birthday cake. He wanted a poutine. So
Like,
that's what I got him.
It's my favorite food. So what I realized is, yes, I could have it all the time. But if I keep having it all the time like I used to and I gain my weight back and I go back to my high blood pressure and all the health issues I was developing, and I pass away at 50, 60 like I was kind of heading towards in my earlier health, the way my health was.
Years.
Yes, I'd have a lot of poutines, but within a short time frame. Now, because of the changes I've made, and I eat them less often, I have maybe 1 a month, my life might last longer. I might live till 60, 70, 80 now because I've made a change. So the amount of poutines I have in the long run might be the same. I'm just getting to enjoy them in a longer time frame. And that's what she made me think of. Instead of reducing the time frame that I might say,
I'd rather have you here longer than have you here today.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And even for me, I'd rather enjoy it for a longer time than have to have them all the time now.
Exactly. Well, because you don't need them all the time. I think that's one of the things is what we've realized with food is it's always going to be there.
Yeah, it's always going to be there.
There's always a way of getting it.
Yeah.
All of us have seen it. It's been there. It's accessible.
Yeah, it's definitely there and accessible, and it's also something that you can't escape.
Let's talk to some people.
Yes. So you want to talk to who do you want to talk to first?
You.
Bridget?
Yes.
Let's do Bridget.
Hey, Bridget.
Guys,
How are you?
I'm great. I've been watching some football in front of my
I was going to
hat,
say, I can see your hat.
and I'm at work because my guy that does my nights off tested positive.
Oh, no.
So it's okay. You know, you got to do what you got to do, and I'll take the money.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know what's going to walk around the corner.
Exactly.
I love
Like
that.
I told my sister driving home last night, I said, I thought about, I'm going home to a house that I have, my electricity's paid.
Exactly.
You know, I don't have to worry about that stuff. So I'm like, you know, compared to a lot of people right now, you know.
It's about
So, but what, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's about realizing what you have. I think a lot of us don't. Sometimes we are going through. We're all going through this. I think I've talked about it before. We're all going through something, but we're missing out. My mom is retiring. She can't have a retirement party. We have people that have children who are graduating high school. They couldn't go to their graduations. Some children couldn't go to their prom. We had prom, and they don't get to have it. You know, we're all missing out on something. So we have to appreciate that we're all struggling with something right now in the world.
But I love what you said, though, Bridget, is the fact that you looked at what you do have, which is a house, and
Exactly.
electricity and water and things that some people might not have.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you're finding the positive to keep you going.
Which, have you guys seen The Prom on Netflix with Meryl Streep?
Not yet. Dying to watch it. That's have to.
Oh my God, it's so good. I
It's
cried.
excellent.
It's so good.
Yeah, my friend.
But no, what
watched-
I was going to say to you guys, so when you were talking about if you can't sustain this, so I lost previously like over 118 pounds, but I would get up at 5 in the morning. My one of my good friends taught the class. Now she's moved away. So when she kind of went, I went too. I didn't feel like somebody was there to be like, where are you at? If I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, I changed jobs, so my schedule was different. You have to pick things, work your life where if something changed, you know, you would be able to work
Adjust
your
or-
lifestyle with it and not
Yeah.
just kind of be like, well,
And I think that's a great point, though, Bridget. I love that you said that, because I think what happens too is we have to be willing to understand that our lives are not always going to be the same. we want to create routine, and routine means the same, but sometimes our life leads us in a different direction where we have no choice but to adapt the routine. And it's difficult at times, but that's where you have to all of a sudden say, okay, well, I've done it before. What can I do now to adapt it to make it work for me? And that might take some time to adjust to.
Yeah.
It's not, once again, going to happen overnight, because any type
But
of
this journey isn't about to be a smooth sailing.
No.
Life isn't the smooth sailing. It's always, you always have to readjust and repivot. The thing is that this journey teaches you that you can repivot. There's always another way to find a way to make it work. It's just sometimes you have to search for it. And it sucks if your life gets disturbed, but.
Well, I lost 118 in 2 years.
That's amazing.
So that might have been a little fast too. Like I had some people that tell me, they were like, it took you that long?
No, that.
You know, and I'm like, I didn't feel like I learned as much. You know what I mean? As this, the second time I feel like it's like you're really learning about yourself and your lifestyle and just everything.
It's because you know why? Because I think when you go through it once and then twice, like every time you do it, you learn something new.
Definitely.
And I think that's what's happening with us too. Is every time you start over again or you continue on, you're like, oh, I didn't know that last time. You know, or I remember last time this really deterred me, or this event happened. This is what happened because of that event. So next time I'll know better not to do that same event again. And so you kind of start learning where you falter, where you're having little issues, where you have little triggers. So you start learning these little tips and tricks. So you start having little. I know I saw someone asking if what's our top tip for to keep motivated, so I was going to answer that after.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you so much, Bridget. It's so true.
Yes, thanks guys, and I had so much fun last night. And as you can tell, I know too many songs.
I love it. You knew all the words. This girl was like lip sync queen. I mean, it looked like she was lip syncing, but it was like, wow, you know.
It was awesome.
Thanks guys.
She'd be fierce on Drag Race.
Yeah, she would be.
She'd be a lip sync assassin, as they would call her.
So we did get a question in Facebook that I want to touch upon. So someone asked us, what is your top tip to keep motivated? And again, if you have questions, please ask us. We love answering these. You can be in Zoom anywhere. So our top tip to keep motivated is always the why. We've talked about this multiple times. The why is what keeps us going. We just said it a few minutes ago. When I was struggling with where I was heading in my health, and when I realized that I was shrinking my life and that I was seeing that the same family pattern that I've noticed happen over and over again happened to me, I was like, I need help. And I turned to him and I said, I need help. And then we established together a why together. And then that why became separate at one point, and we started listing out other whys. So what I tell everyone to do, and I've told them in workshops this week, is take a piece of paper, write your why on the first line at the top. And then below that, ask why, answer the question of the why, and then ask yourself why again to that answer. Then write down the answer. Then ask why again to this answer, and then write down the answer below that. And then ask why again, and keep going until you run out of answers. Once you've done that, ask yourself the following questions. Where do you want to be in a year? 5 years, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you have children, do you want to be there for their own children, their marriage, their grandchildren? Do you want to be there for your grandchildren? Think of all these thoughts and write down all these reasons on that piece of paper. Think of what activities you want to do. I want to travel. I want to go cross-country ski. I want to be able to run a 5K. These are all whys. They're all goals, they're all whys as well. And if you list them all out, and if you have all these reasons, you can have them on your fridge. It's always a constant reminder of why you're doing this. And if some of your whys are activities and you start doing them, you can actually cross them off on that why list and start seeing now some goals you're also achieving, things you're actually getting to on your journey. So the why for us is a big tool.
It's a huge tool, and to make sure that you realize by doing this is you're almost evolving your why automatically for yourself by listing all of these different reasons as to why you're doing it. And maybe that might be too big, and you might say, okay, I just need to focus on 1 or 2 whys right now. That's what I need to get me going. So again, this journey is so individual, and it takes time to actually understand what drives you, how you can drive yourself, and how you can motivate yourself to keep going. Little things, small things, all of us, we've all seen it. The smaller things we celebrate, the happier we feel about our journey. Like in every single workshop we go to, when someone celebrates that little tiny thing, and it's as easy as, oh my God, I did not have that chocolate that I normally have every single day. Yeah. Celebrating those little things is huge.
Yeah, these celebrations of all those non-scale victories, those whys, those achievements, anything that we got done, that we started doing throughout this journey is really what kept us going. the scale at one point stops being really important. And I'll say this, once you lose weight and gain and lose and gain and lose and gain, at one point, even losing at one point, it's kind of like, okay, I'm losing, but what other benefits am I getting from it now? And that's how I kind of look at it, at my whole health journey. I look at what else am I getting out of this activity I'm doing, this food I'm eating. Yes, I still like to indulge on sometimes higher caloric foods, or like last time we drank for the first time for 9 months. But I don't do
non-scale victory. I'm going to say this right away.
Yes, non-scale
victory.
It's coming.
I'm coming to show you. Keep talking.
So non-scale victory last night, we actually drank. But for the first time ever, we didn't actually, the next day, continue drinking.
We didn't finish drinking the bottle last night, which normally the two of us can go through a bottle easily. And on top of that, normally the next day we'd be like, we could drink some. We'll finish it tomorrow.
For the weekend. One
and
bottle for the weekend.
We had promised ourselves. We said no. We're having drinks on Saturday, the 19th, and again, we're not having more cocktails until Christmas Eve.
And
so
we followed the rule.
Again,
it's not that we said we're not drinking at all. We told ourselves we're drinking the 19th and then after the 24th, and we bought a selective amount of stuff that we're only allowed to have. We're not going to get any more. Again. It's about control. We picked what we wanted. We picked how we're going to split it up. And again, we told you last week.
We're not going to pull them all out
here.
We
still have all 7 bags of chips that we bought.
The green bag is still here. This is
still
for
there.
our holidays. This is not anytime any sooner. So it's kind of funny because we're proving to ourselves that we can actually do stuff, which we never thought we could before.
Yeah.
And we kind of almost want to throw a challenge out there, and we think we might start something in January that we thought of, where challenge yourself sometimes, where you say, I'm going to go get myself something that I really enjoy, and I'm going to put it in my house, and I'm going to see when, allow myself that moment to actually have it. Because again, it's allowing yourself to have those moments, because you can't always say you'll never have it. And that allows you to see where your stamina can be, and how much you can give, how much you can allow yourself to see, okay, you know what, this wouldn't work for me because I know I'm going to overindulge and I know I'm not going to be able to control it. But it allows you to feel that you can take control over that, because it's doable. It's doable. It absolutely is doable.
It definitely is. So there's a few hands up in chat and Zoom. So I see Deborah. I don't think we've ever spoken to Deborah, so I would love to actually. Hi, Deborah.
Oh, we're gonna unmute you right now. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Deborah.
Well, I love you guys. First of all.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to say, I really look forward to all your recipes and appreciate how you experiment with things, and you give me such great ideas to make instead of feeling like I'm eating the same thing. And I just want you to keep up those recipes. I love them.
Awesome.
Thank you, Deborah. We love helping people thinking outside of the box.
And a lot of people probably haven't heard, we had one come out last night, our cheese stick recipe,
sticks.
like our mozzarella cheese
I
stick.
just seen it. I'm going to get the wonton wrappers.
Awesome. We haven't posted on social media yet, so if you haven't seen it yet, I'll be sharing it this week. But thank you so much, Deborah. We love being inventive. You know what, guys? That's what made us successful too. It was a big trick for us to be successful, was to be inventive in the kitchen.
And we made something last night for dinner, actually. Nick wanted
it was
like
so good.
A meatball sub. So I made two.
I'm telling you, you guys come up with such great, wonderful ideas. I'm like, boing, why can't I do this?
You can.
You can. Believe
You just
in
have
yourself.
to trust yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what? You don't see the flops.
Yes, there's been many flops.
That's okay. You do the flaws. This way I know what to do.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
Thanks, Deborah.
Love you guys and have a
You
great
too.
holiday.
You too.
And a healthy one.
Thank you. You too. That was awesome. And it's funny because today we did share in our group about the change.
Well, I want to finish my. Last night, Nick wanted. He wanted a meatball sub. He's like,
yes.
I'm craving a meatball sub, and he's like, why don't you make it with 2-ingredient dough and so on and so forth. So I made a version of it last night just to test it out. It was awesome. It turned out really good, but I'm gonna change again, because you make it one time and you're like, okay, it's not exactly the way I want it to look. So I'm going to make it again, and it's going to be a video, and it's going to be awesome because it actually turned out really good.
It was so good, guys. Like, I mean, it was delicious, and I was like, it was a perfect meal. It was a perfect low point meal after getting to Lifetime. You know why? Because back in the day, if I would have reached Lifetime, I would have been like, let's get some Chinese food. Let's order this. I didn't. We're still eating the same way. We're not really veering off.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so weird. Back in the day, I would have never done this. I would have been like,
We
let's
would've-
have pizza. Rawr.
We rewarded ourselves with a few cocktails last night,
Yeah.
not with food.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
And not even that many.
No.
Like, that's what I was shocked. I was
Yeah.
a little tipsy during the. I won't.
It doesn't take much
During
anymore.
the dance party, there was a little tipsiness happening there, so I do apologize if I was slurring my words a little bit sometimes because I know I was a little woohoo. So, but it was a lot of fun. It was all good fun. So we still have a few more people.
Yes.
So let's do some Kim first. Hey, Kim.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
Hey. How's it going?
It's going great. How about you guys? Yeah, so congratulations, Nick. That is so awesome for you.
Thank you.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to mention, and I also wanted to thank Arlene. Arlene made the suggestion of flipping over to green. I used to be on purple, and she made the suggestion of flipping over to green and pre-tracking some of my indulgences.
Love it.
It's actually really, I've always had a bit of a fear of tracking points. So this has really kind of made me, it's making me get over the fear of spending points. And I'm really liking green. So thank you, Arlene, really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been going really good. I lost a pound this week. So yeah, it's been going really good. So I think I might stick with green for a little while and see how it goes.
Definitely.
And they always say, give the plan, and guys, and we'll stress this again, each plan is the same. The only difference is who you are as a person, that the plan applies to you. So if you are a person that needs that accountability in terms of knowing what you're eating, very precise, green is perfect for you. If you're a person who's okay with, having certain things, like you're okay with not having, you can control yourself on certain proteins, like, yogurt and chicken and those 0 point foods on blue, and you're okay to control yourself with those, but you can't control yourself on the P foods on purple, like popcorn, potato, and pasta, stick to blue. That's where we belong, because we can't control ourselves on those. If you have a sense that you control yourself on most things that are on any 0 point food list, and you can't fathom yourself overeating any of those foods, purple works the best for you then, because you'll be able to control yourself. And that's how we look at it. That's how we look at each plan.
And you could be an anomaly, and something might work for you because you've already created a habit behind it, right?
Yeah.
So never feel like one is going to be different than the other, but if you feel confident and comfortable with it,
the plan
and it's
you
going
choose.
with you,
Yeah.
keep going with it. And I'm
That's
so
what-
proud of you, Kim. You could see the difference in even how you're talking right now, because
Yeah.
you're feeling like it's something that you have control over now.
Yeah.
It's not controlling you anymore.
Definitely.
It's reinvigorated me, and that's one of the things, because you get kind of complacent in the program that you're on, and going to green, I had to relook at it and rediscover what foods were zero and all that sort of stuff. So it really made me look at the plan again. So I highly, if you're having, you're feeling you're a bit stuck, try a different plan, mix it up a little bit.
And
so
it
highly
doesn't,
recommend.
and I love that you said that. If you're feeling like you know what? Maybe a refresh or a remodel of your program is just
Or a back to basics.
A back to basics is trying a new trying a new one of the new color, a different color than you're already on.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you need to stick to it. It doesn't mean like you need to do it ongoingly in that, but just to give you that like head start and that fresh perspective. It makes you have to think, like you said, Kim, because you have to recalculate your points again. You have to also look at your 0 point foods. And then when you go back, if you decide to go back to your original plan, you then have to start looking at things all over again. So you're doing, again, another refresh. So I love that. That's awesome, Kim. Thanks for sharing that.
I had a
Thank
cat
you.
that was playing with that they weren't supposed to.
What were they playing with?
I had a toy.
Oh, they
What
found
did I
their
say
toy.
about? Yeah. So there was a question on, thank you so much, Kim. So there was a question here that I saw on Facebook that I wanted to touch upon before you talk about that.
Okay.
So someone said, Catalog said, I'm starting back on WWE. Would you recommend starting now or after Christmas? It's a tricky time of year. I want to start ASAP. Would you like your opinion? I would say start now.
Now.
Start now. And I don't mean start now in terms of I can't eat anything. No, start now in terms of start looking at the program.
Start thinking about
learning
your
how to
mindset.
track. Start looking at your mindset. Start walking. Maybe the first thing you do
Yeah.
is start walking. That's what we did first time. 3 years ago, at this time of year, we started going for walks every day.
We were walking in our neighborhood.
That was our first step on our journey.
And it was hard. I was having a hard time walking. My foot was killing me nonstop.
And again, Kyla, this doesn't mean start everything at once.
Yep.
You're saying start something. Start something that you want and you know you can achieve from now until actually the new year. So you can get at least something started on your journey so you're not starting fully from scratch on January 1st.
I even think a great way to start right now, especially in this moment, is start giving yourself some gratitude, because I think that's one of the hardest things that is start recognizing the good in yourself when you start this program. Because normally when you're starting this program, you've already listed all the stuff that you need to change and you need to work on. But maybe by starting by saying the things that you're proud about yourself. Why are you proud of yourself? What are you wanting, you know what I mean? Because that will allow you to have that list of things that says, okay, I'm not a terrible person, but I just need to make some different choices. I need to start making and looking at the choices that I'm making in order to live the best life I can.
So on YouTube, we were asked what plan we're on. We're on blue. We're on blue plan.
Blue.
Yeah, we've been on blue for the last few months. We've been on all three.
Yep.
We've done all 3 plans. Green is the old Smart Points program, which we used to do back in the day. And then purple we tried when it first came out. And purple works for us. It's just, again, we have problems with the peas, potatoes, pasta, and then...
So our trick for people who are on purple, who know they have issues with foods, certain foods that are 0 points, we say the first serving is 0 points, and then your next servings after that, you start pointing out, so that way you don't overindulge in them.
So your first popcorn bowl, it's 0 points, but the following one, put in 3 points.
Put in 3 points.
And then start tracking it for subsequent
Because
items.
again, we have to keep in mind, 0 points does not mean 0 calories, right? So if you're having 6 bowls of popcorn on purple, you're eating those calories still. It is still calories that you're eating in, even though it's 0 points.
Yeah. So anybody out there, if you're trying to start this journey, you're saying, I'm going to wait till after Christmas, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not about starting everything at once. It's about picking a piece of your journey you might want to change.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, the best one is activity. If you can today give yourself an incentive to say, every day I will go for a 20-minute walk.
Even a 10-minute walk.
A 10-minute walk, and that's what I'm going to do.
Especially if you haven't been walking before.
Yeah, until the new year, and that's the first thing you do. That's something you start on your journey that starts ahead of time.
I'll even make it easier on you. When you're watching your Christmas shows or you're watching something on TV, stand up and walk in the commercials.
Yeah, that's the first
step.
That's it. Dance.
But those small little things go a long way. They really do.
Right?
Yep.
Did you want to talk about the one little thing here that we learned about in workshop?
Yes, someone did make, before we go to Rosie and Devin, someone made a really cool comment in a workshop the other day. She was talking about how her family has now gone into this year, because they're not seeing many people, Advent calendars. And so she's talking about her Advent calendar, and she's like, you know what I decided to do after Christmas? She's like, I'm actually going to keep my Advent calendar, and I'm going to put in gratitude, things of gratitude that I have to do. And every day for the next months, I'm going to keep opening them and doing gratitude things. Like moments of gratitude to myself, or challenge myself with a new activity. And she's like, it's that little thing about opening this little door and getting a little surprise. And I love that concept. I thought, what a great way to continue this whole idea of, why is it that we only celebrate certain things, certain months of the year, right? We have Thanksgiving in October for Canada, and then in the US in November. We have Christmas in December. But we can be celebrating these little things all year and make them so that way we have something always to feel good about. And that's what it's all about, right? If you feel good, and when you feel good, you're more apt to want to keep going.
And we related it to plants. I know
Yeah.
I laughed every time I said this in workshops this week. They always say, talk to a plant so that it will help it grow. Talk to yourself in a positive way so that you will grow as well. And that not mean grow in terms of size grow, I mean grow in terms of mindset growth, right? You're trying to help yourself be your biggest cheerleader. So talk to yourself in a positive way to make sure you get that positive reinforcement from yourself. We did want to do a bit of mail, so Rosie, let's do Rosie and Devin first quickly, and then we'll go to the mail. So Rosie first. Hey girl.
Hi, I just wanted to say, one of the things I did this time around, as everyone, many of us, this is not our first rodeo coming in back to WW. Yeehaw! One of the things I made very specific to myself is I said, I'm going to do this on my terms, eating the foods I want to eat. Also, what was the other part of it? One of the problems I had was, and why I gave up the last time, was because I had been staying the same, and I was constantly thinking about what's my next meal, what's my next meal, and what's my next meal. So the minute where all I'm doing is thinking about food is maybe the time to stop doing it. And that's basically, I have found that those rules have worked. Rules, they're not real rules, but I think they're very important to me, right? So like, I don't have a problem with 2% yogurt. I count my points for my 2% yogurt. I eat beef, even though it's got points, but because my body craves beef, right? I know, how dare I, right?
No, I love that. But that's what I love about this
program. And I think that's an important thing for remember.
It's a thing. That's why.
I think that's a problem. I think we've got.
Go ahead.
I always think there's this rush to go and do everything as low point as possible and no point. It's what Kim was talking about, right? About the fact that she said to me earlier, we were talking about this. She's like, she figures if she's doing 4 for whatever points for chicken, and she can have ham. Why don't I have ham? Because I want to have ham. And and that's the problem, is that we focus on these 0 point foods, which still have still have actual value in your body. But, it's okay to eat points, because that's what they're there for.
Yeah. And it's funny, because for us, it was the kind of the opposite way for us. It's funny, because for us, we don't overeat on any of the blue, we don't, on anything on blue, we're kind of, it's easy for us to control.
It's been the program.
And for us is over tracking, the tracking you have to do on green was too much work for us.
That's the thing. That was the difference for us, is it had nothing to do with the foods, it had to do with tracking. So where we struggled was, we need to track this is too much work. It wasn't with what we were eating, because that didn't really affect us.
That's why the plans work for each different person.
I love that.
That's why they work for each different person. We're not all the same people. Some things.
Yeah, I know, but it's such a fascinating thing. But it's that we all have these ideas, and so that's why I sort of went to. I know that I don't want to spend my time eating 0% yogurt.
Yeah.
I'll bake with 0% yogurt, but I don't mind spending the 3 points on 2% yogurt.
And I love that you figured that out, and you made it work for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like the people who don't want to use artificial sweeteners. That's totally respectable. Some people are going to be okay with using, some aren't. There's no right or wrong answer in this.
Yeah.
That's what's so unique. And that's why us talking about all of this and understanding
our
certain aspects and differences, that's where we get to grow.
And that's another reason why we don't support when anybody shares things. We've seen this in the past a lot in other groups and other places, where someone will share a recipe and people say, well, that's not really point friendly, or that's really high point. It doesn't matter for us on our page. We feel it's better to share what you're doing, and no one should judge anybody else's journey and what they're doing.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
their journey. If you want to give your suggestions as, oh, this is what I'm doing, maybe you want to try this, but I would never say, I can't believe you're doing that, try this will work. That's what we don't like seeing, because again, what works for me might not work for Rosie, might not work for Kim, might not work for Marlene, might not work for Marion. It depends on who you are as a person, on what your journey is going to be shaped like.
Yeah.
And what did we say at the beginning?
Absolutely.
Who you are at the beginning of your journey and what you learn throughout your journey, you evolve and you try new things. So something that you tried earlier on because someone suggested might not have worked for you then. But if you try it later on, it might come back and work for you. So again, it's not being afraid to go with the flow sometimes. Let things happen, and not always think that change is bad. Change is sometimes good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Rosie.
Thank you. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
And then we'll have Devin quickly, and then
Mail call.
Yeah.
Hey, Devin.
Hi, boys.
How's it going?
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
You guys look handsome every time I see you
Thank
both.
Thank you.
We thought we'd wear our nice clothes because you don't get to wear it anywhere else. We're like, might as well dress up for everyone. We're going right back to jogging pants and t-shirt right after this, though.
Yeah, but on a serious note, though, I went to my doctors and I stepped on their scale, and the first time ever I lose 3 pounds, which I was not. I had no idea how that happened, but I've been taking all your word and advice on tips and stuff, guys. And you guys been helping me throughout this whole journey since then.
We're
Thank
so
you.
happy
And
to
Devin,
help you,
this is what this is about. This journey is about loving yourself, believing in yourself, and just surrounding yourself with a community of people that also make you believe in yourself. And everybody right now in the chat is so proud of you. I saw a bunch of claps go up when you started announcing, when you started saying your 3 pounds, and that's amazing, Devin. Just keep going, never give up. Each and every one of you is
because
worth
I'm
it.
still gonna follow your word and take whatever you guys have, and plus, I'm ready for a challenge. If you guys want to throw out a challenge, I'm ready for one.
There probably will be some in the future at some point.
Yeah, they'll be coming soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Devin.
Yeah.
Thank
Love
you,
you,
Devin.
guys.
Love you too.
So, mail call. We did get a lot of mail today. So the first thing I want to talk about was WWE Gays Give Back. So
Yes.
you guys know that we actually did a fundraiser with Epicure Lara, and we basically
We got some numbers.
We got some numbers of what you guys did. So the first thing we want to show you guys is we raised. So Lara's donated her commission, which was $750. So we actually went to Loblaws
and we've got
gift cards
worth of gift cards to donate to the North York Harvest Food Bank.
So we'll be donating that.
Plus, we'll also be donating to North York Harvest $462.95 worth of Epicure products. So we got to pick all like the mac and cheese, the chili, all that. So
it's all on its way right now. So
and then we'll also be donating to Christian Charities of Terre Haute, $257 in the U.S. So thank you so much for all of you who participated and who purchased product. So excited that we were able to do something like this. We love the fact that all of you who felt you were able to try some new product out, but at the same time give back to our community. We greatly appreciate it.
And again, thank you just for, we never thought, this was our first time doing a charity event. We've never done anything like this before. We didn't even know we could do this, and it's like, wow, we actually did it, and it worked. So thanks. It's all because of you guys helping us out. So thank you so much.
So we'll be actually doing a quick video when we actually bring in the food and all that.
We're doing a whole video, so you guys will see the actual delivery of the food, and you guys will see. I already have an idea of how we're gonna shoot it. It'll be a short clip video, but it'll be all these clips of us driving. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll wear our masks. We'll do funny things like we always do.
And so we actually got a lot of mail this week.
A lot of mail. These are all the cards we got this week, guys.
I loved it. I was in heaven.
I mean, it's like a plethora of cards. There's so many cards.
Look what I got. I know it's from you. Look at how cool this is. She got us popcorn, but it's on the cob.
Show them up there.
It's on the cob. And it's actual, like you put it in your microwave. I'm so excited to try this. I've never tried it before, so I have no clue what to expect.
So
This is so cool.
We got a card from Caitlin. We got a card from Marlene. Thank you, Marlene.
I didn't realize it was Ontario Road.
Susan Dennis, our wonderful hairdresser. Devin, thank you, Devin. Karen Ann. Kim. Thank you, Kim. Teresa. I'm only saying first names in case people don't want their last names saved. So, Heather and Al. There's, like I said, many cards. Rick and Rose, our friends, are my mom's friends from Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
So thank you.
Love Rick and Rose.
And then we also have your mom, and Linda and Chris, I think.
From Orleans.
Yes, from Orleans. Yes. So thank you everyone for the letters.
And then we also got, of course, a new decoration from Debbie. Debbie found us some popcorn to put in our tree because she knows how much we love popcorn. So I thought that was very cute.
And then Shannon Beaton got us Keikos and Saba ornaments. They say Keikos and Saba right here. So that's what we got from Shannon.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
Much.
Thank you guys. These are so cute. We love it. Every time we look at our tree now, we think of all of you and we think of what you guys, how much you guys all mean to us. So we can't. You guys have no clue what you guys mean to us. No clue whatsoever.
No clue at all. Okay, so before we head off for the night, so a few updates. So Yes, this Friday is the day that we are doing our WGA's Christmas Day event.
It's Christmas Day!
Christmas Day event, and we do have some news. So it's starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, or 5 a.m. Specific time, as I like to say, or Pacific.
Specific.
I like saying specific time. I think it's funnier.
It's a specific time.
It's a specific time in Pacific time. So 8 a.m. we're doing a workout with us, but we have a special guest.
Yes!
Antonetta from A Body with
Is
Antonetta.
doing a body with us!
At 8 o'clock.
8 a.m.
At 8 a.m. So
It's
it'll
our
be,
gift. She's giving us a gift,
Yes.
and we're giving it back to you guys.
Yes.
So
she will go live on our Zoom as well as in our group. So
our
if you're-
Facebook group.
Because we don't know if we have enough room for everyone. Our room only fits 100 people. So if there's people that are in our group, you want to just follow there, she'll also go live in our group as well. That'll be the first 30 minutes. The second 30 minutes of our workout will be step class. We are going to do step class for you guys.
we've decided we are going to be picking our 6 favorite actual classes.
Yeah.
And we are going to show you guys how to actually do them on the floor as well,
Yes.
without a step.
Without a step. So you guys can actually try some of the classes.
We'll show you the moves without
And
a
those
step.
are from Les Mills On Demand.
Yes.
So if anybody's interested, that's also an app that we subscribe to.
And if you don't even want to do the step, you just want to
Just
dance to
dance.
the music, because
Dance.
we picked some really
Or
like,
laugh at our because we're very choreographed together. People say when they watch us do step class, it's insane how like we're in sync. It's like we've like one brain. We're moving it completely this together. We're like jump, 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 jump. It's funny, right? It is kind of funny
It is
sometimes.
funny.
Okay, so at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m. Eastern time, scavenger hunt. So our plan for this is we will actually be in Zoom and we will send you a category of things we want you to find in your home, and then we'll actually talk about these things. It might be something about your journey, about
it might be something silly, it might be something funny, it might be something serious, it might be something unique. You'll have to play to find out.
Yes. At noon we'll be making our lunch, our usual lunch, and just chatting, taking your questions, having a just one-on-one chat with you guys. At 2 o'clock?
Yes, at 2 o'clock we're going to be playing a game called What the Meme. So we will be showing you a picture, and you will have to make a funny caption to this picture.
And we'll get to laugh together.
Exactly.
So at 4 p.m. we're actually going for a walk, and we encourage all of you to do the same. We're going to take our phone with us and actually go for a walk in our neighborhood and show you the Christmas lights in our neighborhood. So we get a bit more activity for those who want to go for a walk. You guys can go for a walk in your own neighborhood.
Or you can just walk inside your own house and look at the lights outside with us.
And then at 6 o'clock will be dinner and chat. We'll be making our dinner. We're having tortilla that night, which is
meat pie, French Canadian meat pie.
We're having that for dinner. And then at 7 o'clock we're going to do some caroling, some singing of some
And
Christmas
we'll probably
music,
be doing some
and
dancing.
some dancing.
And do some dancing.
So who knows? It might last till 9 p.m. anyway.
The room will be open all day.
Yeah.
So if you're at home and you want to just jump on and see if anybody's in the room and just chat with some friends, feel free. If you know anybody that you want to chat with, if you don't have a room to chat in, just jump in the room and chat. Honestly, we want people to feel comfortable. We're going to pop in most of the day. We're going to be here anyway. So.
And the one thing we encourage you guys to do, if you know someone out there who's alone on Christmas Day, if you know someone who's a WW member in your workshops, and if you know this week some people are alone, tell them about this.
Yeah.
We are doing this because we know there's going to be a lot of people alone that day. And it's the one day where there's 0 virtual workshops for everyone. 2 days, because they're closed the 24th and the 25th most of the time for both days. So if you know someone who might be struggling that day, or if you are someone who might be struggling, please join our Facebook group, join our page. We'll be sharing the the Zoom information there. The links and the pictures I've been sharing on Connect have the Zoom information as well.
And Antonetta was watching us on Facebook.
Oh, she was?
I saw her, yes. We're so excited. Sorry.
Yes, this will be all in Zoom. So the Zoom will be shared in our Facebook group. It's also been shared in the event on Facebook. It's been shared on Connect. It's been shared on Instagram and also on Twitter. So look at all those places. Look for our accounts there. If you still can't find it, send us a message, www.gays@gmail.com. We will send you all the details you need. Again, www.gays@gmail.com.
Excellent.
So the next thing we want to talk about is...
And then we'll be live on Sunday, December 27th for our regular Fireside chat.
Yeah, and then on December 31st, we are doing our Bye-Bye 2020. We'll be logging on at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time to count down the end of 2020. We'll be reminiscing about the good things of 2020, what's changed. We'll be sharing some stories. We actually have a story we want to share with you all.
Yes.
Yes, we have a story we'll share you guys with that day. So, and that day is special for 2 reasons. Yes, one of it is because when we had our chats, December 31st,
Oh, yes,
2017,
yes.
and then also what happened 2 years ago.
Yes.
So we have 2 stories to tell you guys, but we'll wait till you guys get to come on December 31st to hear them. I'm trying to bring intrigue. Help me, honey. Like make it sound like scandalous.
Well, it's funny because he's making intrigue for me. I have no clue what we're talking about on that day.
I haven't told you what they are. Now add intrigue. Oh, we wonder what it is.
Yes, we will be on YouTube. The Christmas Day, we will not be on YouTube. Christmas Day, we will only be in Zoom.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a closed event. We are not opening up.
There's no recording of this day whatsoever.
The only thing that will be recorded is possibly we will go live in our group.
Yes.
I mean, that will be on us, not on the Zoom room. It'll be if we're doing our activity, we'll be going live in the group at the same time so that more people can watch us. So that's the only thing. But we're not going to be filming any of this because, again, this is a closed thing for Christmas Day.
Sarah in Facebook said, adopting a baby.
Who?
She says no.
No.
We already had that discussion.
Yes.
Fur babies are all we're having.
Fur babies.
Fur babies.
Is good.
And we've been contemplating on maybe getting
Another cat, but that's still a decision making. That's still we're thinking about it still.
I want 2.
He wants 2 more cats.
I want
but
2
keep saying-
kitties.
Yeah, I keep saying no. I keep saying no.
I know,
Not
you
yet,
keep
not
saying
yet.
no.
Yeah.
But
So
breaking them down slowly.
the Christmas dance, the dance we had last night is not on YouTube. The dance from yesterday is on Facebook though. So if you go on our Facebook page, you can actually see last night's dance party, and you can actually still dance to whatever you want. If you want to dance again, go dance again. Shake your booty.
Yes.
Another thing we talked about in our group today, and we posted, there are some changes coming.
There are.
Our name is being changed. So for those of you who've been following us forever, you guys know that the WW and the WW Gays means Wellness Warriors. So as of January 1st, Jean-Luc and I are now starting our own small business, and it's being called Jean-Luc and Nick, the Wellness Warriors. And we are planning next year to start working on our cookbook, start working on all the things that we've been putting aside because of COVID, our merchandising we wanted to do, all the things that we've been putting aside, we're going to be starting to do that. And like I said, we changed our name because we're still the WW Gays. That's still who we are. But we realized that to share our journey, it's not just about, it was a tongue twister to try to fit in. Jean-Luc and Nick, the Wellness Warrior Gays, was really hard to fit in.
WW has its own company, and we want to respect that, and we want to be known as us, and we want to be able to.
And I like Wellness Warriors. It sounds like we're gonna fight crime, 1 pound at a time. Right?
I saw, Rosie in the closet. I saw that.
But so that's the thing. So you guys will see some changes. For example, our Facebook group will be renamed. It'll be called now the Wellness Warrior Peeps instead of what it's called today. Our page name will change. We'll be changing some of our Instagram handles. So Jean-Luc's account will actually be discontinued. His Instagram account will be closed, and we'll only have 1 account instead of 2. Trying to streamline things, make things easier for us because we're trying to make this, we both work full time, and this is a lot of work, so we're trying to make it as easy as we can on us. So hope you guys are okay with this change, and like we said, it's not really going to change anything for you guys. 7 p.m. every Sunday is not going to change.
Thanks, Paula.
Videos all the time aren't going to change. Us going live randomly in our group's not going to change. So really nothing's going to change except our name.
Fingers crossed on the cookbook. It is something that we are really going to look into because so many people have been asking for it for such a long time. And
we're going to work on it this year. That's one of our goals. It's one of our New Year's resolutions. Hopefully we won't stop it by the 21st.
We won't. We might not be able to start that till after the 21st.
Yes,
so we'll be safe.
if
you start a New Year's resolution after the 21st, and then then you're fine.
Yes, it's an after New Year's resolution. Okay, so this week we are visiting workshops, and for those of you, just so you're wondering, we are visiting workshops for the next 2 weeks, all the way to the 31st.
Yes.
But we are taking weekends off. So we are not doing workshops on weekends for the next 2 weeks. We're just doing weekday workshops. So a lot of locations that request us, a location in Quebec requested us April 1st, 2020 to visit their workshop at 12:30 on a Thursday. We have never been able to go because Jean-Luc has a meeting every single day at that time. Yeah. They've been waiting months for us to come visit. We're finally going.
And David, nothing will be changing. The Facebook group will not change, just the name. So all is good.
Nothing's going to change. You guys will just see the names will change.
No new Facebook group. It's the same group, just the name will change.
Just the name will change.
Did you start with Monday?
No, I didn't yet.
Okay, so on this Monday, we're going to be in Carmel, Indiana, and Windsor with Larry, and in Windsor, Ontario, with Dave. And then on
Tuesday we're in Coquitlam with Emily.
And then on Wednesday we're in Pierrefonds, Quebec, Calgary, South Alberta, and Lafayette, Indiana.
Thursday we're in Seagirt, New Jersey, Hearst, Texas, and Montreal, Quebec.
And then we are off Friday. Well, technically not really, because we'll see all of you in Zoom on Christmas
Friday.
Day.
Yeah.
And then we are off Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we're off Saturday and Sunday.
Except for the Fireside chat.
So again, just a few reminders. You can follow us on social media. Just look for hashtag WWGays. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok.
No on YouTube. I search Christmas dance.
Yeah, we'll just get that
Oh,
after.
okay. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
I apologize. So yes, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok, or on Canada Connect at WWGays. JLUC.
That's why we're changing that.
Yes.
We're gonna be changing that
So
too.
hard to say.
Mine's gonna become at the WWGays in Canada as well.
Yes.
So you'll see, it'll make it a lot easier for you
And
guys.
then US Connect is at the WWGays.
Our website will be www.wwgays.com. You can find our recipes at wwgays.com/recipes.
And our P.O. Box is 91152 Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K2Y6.
And again, our email is www.gays@gmail.com. If you have any questions about anything that's changing, just send us an email. We'll answer the questions. Again, the only thing that's changing is our name. Nothing else is changing. Our room's not changing. Our group's not changing. Nothing is. All it's going to say instead of the WGays now, it'll say the Wellness Warriors.
Yes.
That's what it'll say. So thank
Hope
you
you all have a great night. Happy holidays, everybody.
And we'll
I
see
can't
you
believe Christmas is this
week. So we'll see you. Good luck. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Or whatever you celebrate. Just a happy week to all of you.
Yes.
So bye YouTube.
Bye
and
YouTube.
Facebook.
Bye Facebook.